the Royal Caribbean Seaplex.
The Seaplex, the best thing on what we think is probably one of the best things, particularly on Royal Caribbean ships that visit Australia, the Quantum class ships. This thing's magnificent.
We keep referencing it to a PCYC. So, your youth clubs, it is the size of one of those.
Yeah, it's a huge community centre at sea that keeps the whole family active.
Yeah,
really.
pretty much.
There's always activities there for all ages.
Hey Deb,
Hey Matt.
do you know what the one bit of advice is that I always give new cruisers? They should seize the day.
Okay, so we've started unpacking the first bag. We were waiting for the second one, just chilling out in the room for a little while, and got a phone call. And because we were starting to wonder where our second bag was, got a phone call. Apparently, we have a forbidden item that's been detected in our bag.
But it is the 8th night on this cruise and we are here to have some fun on Quantum of the Seas with bumper cars. Check this out. How cool is this? You get to do bumper cars while you're at sea.
Alright, let's have a look at the bathroom. I like the royal bathrooms.
I love the royal bathrooms.
Why do you love the royal bathrooms?
Because you don't have shower curtains.
Matt is not a fan of the shower curtains.
Okay, so that's step 4 on how to get to your food on your first day and 5 steps for first time cruisers.
That's a lot of mouthful.
That is a lot of mouthful. So now we're heading off to the lifts at the rear of the ship because that's where you want to get to Windjammer. That's the best way to get your food quick and easy on day 1 for first time cruisers. So rear of the ship we go. We are up on the Lido deck. It is the New Year's Eve party about to kick off. It's going to be a cracker night.
Hey Deb,
Hey Matt.
what did one ocean say to the other?
What?
Nothing. They just waved.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.
He's being technically challenged right now.
We are here
We are here. I've taken us off mute. We're on the screen. Let's go, Deb. It's a big night.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. As normal, we'll jump into some hellos. First of all, I always like to, see who has joined us. So let's go to the top and work our way down to start off with and say hi to everyone.
Yes, we're actually starting with Janice, and yes, Royal Caribbean are announcing the season tomorrow. Very exciting news.
We're looking forward to it too.
We will get into that a bit more soon, but we are looking forward to it indeed. G'day, Rhonda. Good to see you back. And who else have we got? We got Frankie K Designs here.
Remember the time. Well done.
Yes,
Good job.
excellent.
Good job.
Woohoo. Noni is back.
Hey, Noni.
G'day, Noni. And we've got Joanne.
Hey, Joe.
And we've got our good friends Rob and Ali are on board. Hello, hello.
guys.
Good to see you guys.
Missing you.
Yes. Yeah, kind of get in the routine of seeing people
Yeah,
on
I
cruises
know.
regularly, whether it's Rob and Al or others that we see on cruises.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's amazing, isn't it? Like even we were on I think it was Encounter not long ago,
2 weeks ago.
a couple of weeks ago, one of the recent ones anyway,
Easter.
and there was people on there that had been on Ovation and Quantum with us
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
well. So yeah. Who else have we got? We got
Hey,
Joe.
Joe.
Joe's here again. Hello, hello. And Ron is
nice
here
to
as
see
well.
you again, Ron.
Good to see you.
Oh, no, go back.
Hang on,
Linda, congratulations.
Linda, she's on time.
Linda, you've been so funny over all these weeks
Oh.
of like keeping on missing it all. I just got in at the last minute.
Yes.
So well done. Good job.
Yes. All right. Before these guys start,
And did you manage
did you manage to get the boarding pass printed? Yes, we will get to that question, Noni. Researching trip. What's this? Joe's just saying he's in the process of researching a trip from Dubbo to Newcastle. Okay. A
Oh,
local coach provider.
okay,
Sounds
cool.
cool. Cruise
Hey,
Craze
Amy and
fam, Amy and Peter here. Awesome. G'day, guys. Katrina's here as well.
Hey, Tina.
We've got Linda and Dylan are on board as well tonight.
Hey, guys.
We've got Joshua. Good evening to you. Pete's here as well. 360
Hey,
Dylan
Greg and
Pest.
Sue. Nice
Greg
to
and
see you
Sue.
again.
G'day, guys. Amy's here.
Hey, Amy.
Hello, Amy.
I
We've
always get a giggle every time I see your profile pic.
got the little
The
profile
little,
pic.
the nose
little
cat.
nose, the cat
Yeah,
nose.
it's very cute. I like that.
Very cool. And we've got Rowan is here with Noni as well. Brett's here. Rob and Al miss us too. Aw.
Aw.
Okay, righty. Let's get into this. So
Okay.
we asked last week for you to submit some questions. So we could be looking across screens tonight because we've sort of split things up a little bit so I can keep an eye on the chat as well. So bear with us.
Yeah, we get asked a lot of questions. And this was actually a really good opportunity because we get asked a lot on our YouTube comments, but I mean, we do get quite a lot. And apologies if any of you have posted regularly. I think there are quite a few that we still haven't got to.
We're trying to slowly catch up.
We'll get there. So this was actually a really good opportunity to have it just in this one place.
Yeah, it was. And just an opportunity to sort of get ahead of some of the questions because the live chat does get busy sometimes. And
It does.
we're not sitting here with moderators behind the desk or anything. We're doing it all live. So,
Oh, we don't have a team?
no,
No, not yet.
no, not
Oh,
yet. No.
Probably never. Probably never.
Probably never. Alrighty. So, look, we'll just quickly, Ducks are here as well. G'day, Sean.
Hey,
Good to see you.
Sean.
All right, let's jump into the first questions. So the very first person I think to actually post a question was Rhonda. And
Mhm.
she asked a question, what is our dream holiday destination if money was no object?
never work again, travel to everywhere on the world. No, that's probably not the answer that you need. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? I think that's everyone's dream.
It would be awesome if it was.
I think I personally have started to think more and more as we've been cruising. We used to fly a lot to destinations, but I think now that I've been cruising more and more, that I actually look. We've talked about the world cruise, but not even necessarily that, but also, maybe flying to America and then cruise out of Florida to somewhere, get off for a few days, and then do the next cruise. I mean, Greece is my absolute ideal place I want to go, purely for tapas.
Tapas.
I'm a bit of a tapas fan. So I think I would love to do that, is to, go somewhere, cruise out of it, see some destinations, and then decide whether or not you want to go back there for more time. Spend a couple of days in somewhere, jump on the next one, go to the next one. That's my ideal.
You've talked a lot about this particular cruise that we've got on the screen.
Indeed. Look at that
as well. Like this is
how incredible is that?
This is a Princess Around the World cruise, and just
and New York.
And
we want to go to New York.
Well, this is a great one because it gives you the opportunity to overnight in New York and in a number of places.
Probably wouldn't even be enough time.
No,
I don't think. But this is that's me personally. This is kind of what I'm looking forward to. Matt and I talk about we've just got to get Noah through high school, and then we can start really looking at
what our options
the 10-year
might be.
plan kind of thing. Yeah. What about you?
What about me? Well, there's one.
That's a song.
What about me?
All right, we shouldn't sing.
No, let's not sing. We want people to stay with us. So the one place that, I really do want to go to. And I'll just go, actually, before I go, if money was no object, I do agree. I think the idea of money no object, because if you can be self-sustaining, not having to worry about an income, a world cruise, taking that amount of time out would be awesome. But I really, really want to go here.
Oh, you want to go see Santa?
I want to go to the Santa Village.
He wants to see Santa.
I just think this place, you see the photos and you look at these photos on the screen now, that just from a quick Google search, like this place just looks absolutely magical.
We've got a Christmas fan.
Yeah. So I really do want to do that, and I know in particular daughter number 2 would disown both of us if she didn't come with us on that. But
probably
I'm going to stick to the rule. You got your one trip contributed to after you turned 18, and that's that.
But even in saying that, we have a really deep desire to go and do a Christmas in Vancouver.
Yeah, it's something we've talked about a lot.
We do have friends there, so we have talked about that as well. So that's on our list.
It is, but
that is just pretty magical.
That's a pretty magical place, and that's somewhere I really would love to go to.
So what's the place called?
It's the Santa Claus Village in Finland.
Right.
But the trip I want to do, I really want to do.
This is news to me, by the way.
And it's not, this trip.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You know
we
this.
We just haven't pre-talked it.
We haven't talked about it tonight, but we have spoken about this many times. It's a desire I've had for a very, very long time. And we kind of got to preview it when we had our honeymoon. And it's here. It's Cambodia. So
Cambodia is beautiful. We've actually been here. We have been to Angkor Wat.
We have indeed. So the idea, we went to Angkor Wat, but for those of you who know Anthony Bourdain, he passed away a couple of years ago, celebrity TV chef, did a lot of amazing shows where he would travel the world, try new experiences. And he really inspired me. He did an episode the second time he went to Cambodia where he basically trekked from one part of Cambodia to the other
and tasting food, experiencing village life, doing all these things. And it's something that I've always wanted to do, is kind of just arrive with a backpack in Siem Reap or Phnom Penh, and then have the ticket to return and fly out of there to at the other location and just figure it out on the ground and spend a couple of weeks doing that. So for me, that's
always talked about that.
That's the bucket list trip for me, the thing I've always wanted to do.
Absolutely. All right, can we just jump in and just see if there's any comments in there that we need to address in particular? There's quite a few in there.
Let's see. Where are we? There's a lot of chat going on here tonight. Wow, guys. That's great. Keep it going. We love it. We've got Frankie says that they don't know that they could do a cruise that long, but individual cruises maybe. I think one of the great things about the way Princess do the cruise, do the world cruise, is they break it up.
Yeah, they do a lot of overnighters.
They do a lot of overnighters, and you can also actually just book segments of those cruises. So that's something we're also looking at as part of the world cruise. So
so do the first segment, get off for 3 or 4 days, and then catch it on the next one.
Or
that sort of stuff,
you
maybe.
can, you book. You might not book the whole Australia to back to Australia, but you might book Australia to London or the UK, or you might do the UK around to New York or whatever the case may be. So I think there are ways to look at doing that.
And then go back down.
Chris Grace family say they're trying to do the Caribbean when they can. It was great when she worked on the ships. Sean's helping with the singing there, and we're getting warned by Joe. Better not sing as we might get copyright strikes. We are not that good, Joe. No way.
Not at all. My goodness.
Not at all.
Although, do you know what? Just while you're searching through those comments, do you know one thing? I'm just going to say this to everyone right now, that I've noticed that I do a lot in our videos is I sing words.
You sing words? Oh, you do?
I know I do my good morning, but holy moly. Apologies.
You're so cheery. You're so lovable.
Is that what it is?
It is. It is.
Oh, bless you. Love you.
I love you too.
But I don't know. I just realized that. But anyway, moving on.
Noni says that Lapland's her dream too to go and visit. Chris Grace fam are saying they're looking to go out of Galveston on one of the Oasis class ships. Rowan says he's surprised we haven't said an Alaska cruise. That's one we'd love to do. Look, I think
it's definitely on the list.
Definitely on the list.
Yeah.
Just the question was about a no money's no object, list. So
Alaska's probably pricey as well, but
Alaska's pricey as well, but definitely.
But yes, no, it's definitely on our list.
Yep. Matthew, I see your question, and we will come back to that one. Canada, definitely a dream destination. Yeah, love it there. Would love to go there. Definitely. I've got a lot of friends. It's amazing. I've done a lot of travel over the years, to different countries, and I always seem to meet Canadians and make bloody good friends with them too. They are just awesome.
You have a little knack that you could meet anybody and pick the Canadian accent.
Yeah,
from anybody,
where they were from.
You always have this uncanny knack to do it.
Not as good as I used to be. A little bit rusty with that now, but Linda says she has a brother who lives in Cambodia. Very cool.
Oh, how cool!
All right, let's jump into.
Sorry, guys. There's so many comments that
let's jump.
We'll keep moving, but we'll
keep moving.
Have a good look at them
jump
later.
Into any questions that we see, we'll come back and answer in the comments if we don't get to them during the show tonight. Okay, next question is: do we have a list of must-pack items?
Yes. So I actually did up a whole checklist. Oh gosh, a couple of years ago. What's probably cool and sad at the same point is that I actually don't check that checklist as much in the last couple of cruises because I think I've got used to it. But I think maybe because we did this 10 in 10 weeks in particular, that my suitcase remained packed.
Mm.
So
helped.
apart from clothes, I literally, the toiletry bag was packed, and then I had a little notebook. Anything that was running low, I would pop a note in, so I knew I had to replace that when I got home. But I definitely had a checklist, and I know probably for the next one, because it's a couple of months away, that I will be going back to that, because obviously we have all our tech gear as well,
Mm.
you know, and your medications and your clothes, and I definitely have that extended checklist. And it doesn't relate to every cruise, depending obviously if we're traveling internationally or if it's domestic, 3-nighter, 18-nighter, whatever it may be, it can alter. And I think I have done so many different alterations on that checklist depending on the cruise in
The
particular.
type and length of cruise and what we might need. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And then we did the people who regularly probably watch us. We did this. Oh, where do I put this?
Put this right up.
There you go. We did this.
I'll bring up a digital version.
Okay, we did a magnetic checklist with Robin Owl, as just a nice little thing to put on your fridge as well. So we've been handing these out on our cruises.
Now, we have had a couple of DMs and requests, and I've said I'm going to send some of these to some people who have messaged us.
Mm-hmm.
We go traveling again next week, but if you message us between now and Friday, I'm going to be sending those original few out next week. Apologies for the delays with that. But if you want one, send me a DM with your details just via our Facebook or Instagram page, and we will pop one of these magnetic cruise checklists in the post to you.
Easy done.
So what else? Let's see. But yeah, the must-have checklist is definitely a big thing.
I wouldn't have coped
No.
in the beginning without it, to be honest.
No.
And I actually printed one of those out when we did our New Year's cruise with our whole family. I printed one out for every single one of them.
And look, it goes through everything. You know,
Oh.
medications, boarding passes, bag tags, laptop charges, all those sorts of things.
Although, in just saying that, it is actually a something I don't have on the checklist, which we came a cropper with, is when we went on the New Year's cruise, our eldest son, he took his passport. Unfortunately, he took the expired passport.
Yes.
So that was a mad dash from the terminal back home to get back on the ship. So maybe I need to add a little thing about check date.
Yeah, check the date of the passport. One thing I will say we don't travel without anymore, and I got this late last year. It's a USB charging hub. It's an Anchor branded one. I got it off Amazon. I absolutely love this thing because we have managed to get rid of every single charger. We used to carry a charger for the laptop.
We can look at.
Yeah, it might
Show.
not quite show up.
No.
Let's switch over to that camera
Gonna
there.
say, so you can actually see there. Oh, there we
Yep.
go. All the different charging
Charging ports. So the great thing with this one is it has like super high power output, which is just absolutely brilliant. But what it means is we don't have to carry a charger for my laptop, for Deb's laptop, for my phone, for her phone, for Noah's phone, all this sort of thing, for all of our camera gear and everything. We carry one charger now, and it's
and just all the cords.
and just have the cords, and it all just bundles up into it all bundles up. I can't see the case at the moment. I think it's out in the other area, but
it's just a little
the
case.
little case,
Yeah.
not much bigger than that. Cables sit underneath it. Brilliant. So that's definitely on our must pack list.
All right. I was just going to say, just double check if there's any comments we need to address for that.
Let's see. No must packs. Joe's just commenting on his must packs: camera, spare battery, plenty of clean undies, plenty of socks, toiletries, medications. Definitely. Yep.
Yeah, I'm
that's all
with you
good.
on the travel sickness, unfortunately.
Yep. Anthony, yeah, I will get to your question at the end around some tips for making vlogs. Bear with me on that one.
And
More
the
than happy to assist on that
yeah,
stuff.
BG Travelers have
I
just
think that's
joined
actually
the
part
chat.
of a comment, one of the questions. So we can actually address that one in
Yeah.
one of the questions that we've been asked.
Yep. And Sean from Down Under Cruiser says he's allowed a Ziploc bag. Alana has the 75 suitcases. That sounds. I'm not going to say familiar for us, but some people
I
that
was
we
gonna say.
some people that we travel with regularly.
Mm.
I know a particular.
Robin Ellie.
I know Rob has similar challenges.
No.
Did I?
He's just as bad.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Sorry, Rob.
throwing
Love
him up,
you.
throwing him under the bus. All right, so
right, let's
where
just
are
jump
we
back
at?
into the next questions.
question.
There we go.
How did we get into making videos and posting them? I went hunting before and I couldn't find it, but there's a really good example of a video that we did. So we've sort of said before, we've sort of said before that my cameras are all out of focus tonight.
What are you doing?
My switch is not working.
Oh,
I've got a tech problem.
broke it.
It's not working. See?
Oh dear.
So yeah. Anyway, don't make videos like that. So how do we get into it? So when we would travel, we would make videos for our friends and family. We would do like room reviews and things like that, and we would just do it to help them and help inspire them to travel. And I know in my archive somewhere I have this video we did of the room in Cambodia. Do you remember the room in Cambodia?
Oh my gosh.
So
Yes.
when we went
It was magical.
went to Siem Reap,
Oh, that was bad.
and
It was actually upside down, the video.
the video actually ended up upside down when we sent it through to the family, and but we did this tour, and that kind of really was the start of us kind of just doing things privately and for friends and family, and we loved doing it, and it sort of became a habit. Every time we went somewhere, we would do videos. When we actually started or turned on the channel Deb and Matt Chat, and we've said this before a few years ago when Deb got sick, for that reason. For that reason, sorry. We turned it on. We were going to use it as a bit of a training tool for a business that Deb was going into and starting, and then Deb got sick, and it all got paused. And then we, after COVID, we kind of got back into to travel and cruising, and we sort of we were working so much, and Deb was like, let's start doing videos.
Why don't we just do something? Because unfortunately, because of my health, it took years for me to recover. So then we had moved back into maybe getting back into some travel to get some balance in life. And I said, like, why don't we just give it a shot?
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Why not? And,
like, the worst that can happen is people hate us.
and
we stop it.
And I'm a complete tech nerd. Like, I will buy tech gear if I can. And I just went, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah, no, I'm really keen. Like, let's do this." And this was just before we went on Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas for the first time.
Yeah.
So I went, "Okay, cool. This new camera's just come out.
Oh, and there's new mics, and there's new other camera, and I need this to go with it. I need to."
And so that probably ties into the next question, which is, what do we use? And so the camera in question that came out just at the time is this little guy here. So the wrong camera again. I'll get the camera. This thing here, the DJI Pocket 3. And so I absolutely love this thing. This is absolutely amazing.
Flip the screen. I was gonna say, while you had it there.
Okay.
You can show people, so you flip the screen around. Oh, hello.
And then, look, it looks so you can see. So it's got a gimbal built in and everything. So we use this. This is our primary device for all of our recording. So we use that. We also have, and this one's in a heavy duty cage. We use the DJI Action 4. And we've got them on, it's like a GoPro camera.
an action camera. So when we're doing, if it's heavy rain or if we're snorkeling or doing adventure activities where we might be sort of trying to get footage outside of a vehicle or on a boat, we use those, and we have a pair of these.
And you've got the waterproof casing
And
that
we've
goes on that
also
one as
got
well.
a waterproof casing. Although we found that we haven't really used that as much as I thought we would. Because those cameras are waterproof.
We actually get stopped a lot on our cruises from the staff because I think so many of them are wanting to get into YouTube. Like they're looking for a little bit of a side hustle on what they can do. So I think we spend so much time on cruises, and Amy and Rob and Al, you probably will attest to this, that you do get asked a lot about what you're using, costs and all that sort of stuff.
And then we have our wireless microphones, our DJI mics that we get around with as well. So that's basically what we use for all our filming. The phones also come out from time to time depending on what we're doing.
Yeah, let's just jump into comments and just see if there's anything that we want to address.
Yeah, let's just have a look. Bernie's here as well. Yep, Bernie, we saw that. Tomorrow's the day for the release of the schedule for Royal. Amy's asking for the link for the washing bag.
No worries.
Yeah, we'll put a link to that and to some of these other things in the description after the show.
Absolutely.
What are you saying? Joe says depends on what I need to do, but he uses the Olympus TG 310. Yeah, I know that, the point and shoot. It's a good one.
Do you know what PNS meant?
I actually used to the early Olympus Tough series stuff for some of our older kids. That is actually the camera I used to buy for them, like when I used to take them to Bali when they were younger. So yeah, great cameras. Sean and Down Under Cruises used the GoPro. Rob and Al use the GoPros as well, but they also use the Pocket 3 nowadays.
Okay. I'm just going to halt for 2 seconds. Okay. So Al can attest to this. Every time that we are on a cruise together, this one and Rob nerd out no end to camera gear. Like, it is absolutely insane.
No, don't.
Okay, so there is a video that will be coming up. It'll be a short of them fighting with their Pocket 3s on a table.
Don't know what you're talking about.
They're robots. I tell you what, these two, oh my gosh, you guys nerd out so much.
We do.
Al and I just sit back and laugh. It's hilarious. But anyway, I just had to put that in there.
Roy mentions, are you able to take bottles of Gaviscon or cold medicine on encounter? Yes, we take them with us all the time.
But mind you, we don't take the bottles. We take the tablets.
Take the tablets or the satchels, but
I don't think there would be an issue.
No, because if they're in your
those.
if they're in your with your medications, it's no drama. I haven't had any issues with those before. Rob says I need to own it. Yes, I do. I do own it. I just didn't want to spoil the surprise of the video that's coming.
No, I just had to put that in there. Like, that just shows how much you guys love your cameras.
Desley's here, and they use the Insta X4 360 camera. Very cool. I've been thinking about getting a 360 camera, but I'm just not. Cameras. I'm not quite there yet.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's an interesting one. Sean, I'm going to bring this up because I know you're going to duck off before too long to your live stream at 8 o'clock, but interesting that so I'm taking it from that. The request has actually gone from NCL Australia to their management team. So that could be an interesting one. And Rob's inviting Amy to spend a night in the bar with us. That's having spent nights in the bar with Rob and Al and a night in the bar with Amy and Pete. That's going to be one heck of a night. We'll have more to say on that in the near future.
I think just checking.
Joe uses the DJI Osmo 5 with the gimbal and his iPhone 13. Very cool. All right, next questions. Where does Noah stay when we go on a cruise?
Okay, you want me to go?
You go.
All right. So, as you know, Noah is 12 at this point in time. So, in our household, we actually have nowadays, like we did have 8. So we've got 4 children, but we also have my father and Matt's mum who live in our house as well. So they have their own little granny flats in the house. But as of currently, we still have one of our older children as well. So Noah is surrounded by people when he's home, as much as he hates when we don't take him on a cruise with us. But no, he has 3 to 4 adults at a time that are always with him in particular.
Yeah, we're very fortunate like that. We it's probably why we're so busy, and because it's not just about work; it's about supporting mum and dad as well here at home, and even with some of the we had one of them the other night. It was 8:30 at night, and they had an irritated eye, it was about 9:30 at night, and it was just like, and they were grumpy, and it was upsetting them, and
sorry, Dad.
just couldn't figure it out. I wasn't going to name which one it was, but rather than getting that phone call and having to go and sort it out and everything else, being able to have them here and just take care of
that's
little
a
things
personal
for them.
thing just for us. Is that we actually love having them around us,
and there's and it
works both ways.
It works both ways, definitely. So
100%.
And Noah's very fortunate to have that, and he goes and has dinner dates with them in their 2 various flats and within the house and everything as well. And so it's very cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
this one.
Next one.
Do you book your own cruises or go through a travel agent? Okay. So in the last 2 years, we have booked everything ourselves. I think when we did some flying holidays back, 7-8 years ago, we used to have a travel agent that helped us with those. But these days, we like to put it up on the big screen on the telly, and then we'll sit there and map it out, look at the flights, and then we just book it ourselves that way.
Generally, yeah. If it starts to lean into being a bit of a complicated trip, if there's a lot involved, and where we might be going, to multiple locations, multiple flights, multiple connections, we will still pick up the phone and use an agent. But generally, we're doing that already going in with what we want, and it makes it much easier for them as well. But it just means if something does go wrong, particularly if it's somewhere we haven't been before, we've got somebody that can be on the end of the phone or an email to help get us sorted if we get stuck with something. So and part of the reason I'm just going to say for that is we're very spontaneous when it comes to actually making the bookings. So
sometimes we are. Yes.
It'll be 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and we want to commit to making that booking, so we make that booking.
Or it's me waking up at 6 a.m. to a message from Matt because he's been texting with Rob all night, and at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Stop throwing Rob under the bus, Dad.
I'm throwing you under as well. The two of them, I'll wake up to a message. Hey, Rob and I were looking at this cruise. Are you good if we book it?
Yep, true. It happens.
Al will back me up on this.
Noni says we must have a big house for everyone to fit in. It's surprisingly the house actually just takes advantage of the block because the block is a sloping block, so it kind of builds up on itself.
Tiered living.
Yeah. It's not a big house. The block of land's only 700 odd square meters, so it's not a huge block of land. Patrick says
I just want to address this because I have actually seen some really lovely comments from a bunch of people asking me how I am. So yes, thank you. I can move.
Yeah, look at this. Much better than last week.
So I've got complete movement back. So thank you everyone actually for all those well wishes this week. There's been so many of them. Apologies that I haven't got to all of them, but no, feeling great. Thank you.
Yes, and unfortunately, I now have to behave myself because she's back to a quick responsive
I can
self.
always still do this.
Joe says he books direct through Carnival.
Yep.
Pete says even Princess couldn't tame Amy, so no one will be able to. This is probably very true.
I agree. Although
Um,
the dance off video has not come out yet, and
No.
I actually don't know if I want to see it, to be honest.
Dasa, we'll get to that in a moment. Actually, we can get to that pretty quick. This one, biggest ship we've ever been on is the Quantum class ships.
Yes.
So Anthem, Ovation, and Quantum. We've been
Mm-hmm.
on those. Yeah. So let's see. I think we're up.
Let's maybe-
Linda says sounds like Rob and Matt lead each other astray. Yeah, maybe we do a little bit.
You've nailed it on the head, Linda.
we do.
100%.
We're very supportive of each other, though, and very, very grateful. We are very, very grateful of the friendship that we have built. Now,
let's just go into the next.
Destinations and how to lighten the weight of cases when traveling, especially when there's a longer cruise or a repositioning cruise.
All right.
So one of the things we did do with the Trans-Pacific cruise last year was we made the tactical decision to purchase things when we arrived in Hawaii that we would cruise back with. So like our consumables, for example, hair shampoos, toiletries, all those sort of things.
And some costumes.
Yeah. And
We've actually got a video coming up in the next little while about that in particular. We do mention how we packed lighter for the Trans-Pacific cruise in what we, held off packing to go over. But we've also learnt in that one in particular, it's all about, so this shirt, what pants can I wear it with?
Yep.
So you could go with multiple different pants, and then what pants can I wear a different shirt with?
I've worked very hard in the last 12 months to try and slowly introduce this concept of capsule wardrobes.
I still pack extra.
But a lot better than so that whole idea of and there's some great YouTube channels out there about packing lighter.
Yes.
So Pack Hacker's a great one for that. There's a couple of others as well where they really just go through and look, we know and accept we're not trying to get I mean I'd love to for that dream trip of mine getting to the one bag travel,
It's not gonna
but
happen.
and I acknowledge that, but just taking some of those principles of capsule wardrobes, thinking about the stuff that you're buying as well, like the types of clothes. So Noah and I last year went shopping very specifically for certain types of polo shirts that have the right types of material. They don't stink up, so
But
you can get
also
a second. You
wash
might
and dry.
wash and dry, all those sort of things, so that you can get a quick turnaround on things. But matching top. Certain have certain color tops, certain color bottoms that you can mix and match everything. You can layer up easily, and that sort of thing. So,
But also in sorry to interrupt you. I probably do that all the time anyway. But with again coming up in this Trans-Pacific cruise, we do have a whole laundry portion of the video that we talk about. It's taking advantages of some of the specials that might come around on the laundry, but also if you want to watch, I do have a laundry video that I have done in regards to the bag that I purchased and I take and do washing and stuff on board and how I hang that up through the cabin. So I think Matt will just drop a link.
to that video.
That's what you do.
Yeah, I'll put a link to some of the previous laundry videos.
Yeah.
But we've got finally starting to get around to editing the last few videos from that Trans-Pacific cruise from last year. So they'll come out in the next month or two, and when they do, they'll go through some of that in a bit more detail.
Oh my god, everyone's talking about the dance off video now.
Yeah.
Stop.
The dance off video will
I
come.
lose.
No,
Although apparently
there were 3 independent judges, and they said it was a tie.
Noni says that they do book all theirs direct. They have a travel agent they check with, but generally she can't match. So they were looking to book one next year, for example, but cancelled that. Yeah. So and look, yeah, I think you've just nowadays you just got to be savvy and think about it. And if you're booking, as I was saying, if it's a simple cruise or a simple trip where you're flying to a destination, you've got a couple of days buffer, and then you're moving on to a cruise or moving to another location, and there's buffers, you probably can book yourself. But there are some cracker deals, and I will say, Rob was Googling the other night and found a website I didn't know existed. Put a comment down. Have you ever heard that Aldi have a travel website? alditravel.com.au. I think it's as simple as that. Holy moly. They have some cracker deals on there. Go and check that out. Like, just something we stumbled across. It might help you find some good deals, because if you find a really cracker deal, sometimes it's worth just jumping on, even though it is through a travel agency. And I do know travel agents do wonderful work. I really do, and I appreciate all they do.
Certainly do.
But you know,
all right, we're not going to get through all of these comments, unfortunately. We just want to make sure that the people that have submitted these, let's just get
I think
through
we've actually
those.
got through. That's pretty much because I kind of tried to summarize what was sent in DMs versus what was on the Facebook pages. So I think we've actually got through all of those questions now. There was this last one that was from Rowan, which we touched on that at the beginning. Are we excited for Quantum coming back and also for the releases tomorrow? Yes, very, very excited for that. And the wallet is wobbling on the bench, waiting for the first choices for the 26-27 season to be made.
But in stating that, we do have a trip next week. Actually, are we happy just to mention what we're doing next week? It's going to be different.
Sure.
Okay. So we actually do have a trip that has been booked for 12 months now, I'd say. It's not a cruise. So we're actually embarking on a trip to Bali at the end of next week. So our best friends are doing a 20-year vow renewal. So we're heading over there. And look, since we actually started this channel, to be honest, like we did a lot of destination travels before the channel, but I don't think we've actually done one since we've started this properly. So I think it's actually going to be very weird for us. Like, we're going to be in Bali filming or remembering to film. It's going to be a little bit different, but you know, we're heading to Bali.
So
anything in particular you want to know?
Yeah. So I've been to Bali nearly 30 times. I stopped counting at about 25 times. And it's a place that holds a lot of memories. It's a very special place in my heart. And as Deb knows, she when I first took her there about a year after we got married, and she got to meet some of the people that I'm very close to over there. So, but yes, unfortunately, life has got in the way in the last couple of years. And the last time we were there was actually in 2022.
Correct. It's been a while.
So has been a while, and looking forward to seeing the family there and catching up with all those people and having some new adventures as well. And then you're coming home, and then I'm coming home after.
Yeah, he's
at this
staying
stage.
on.
At this stage, yeah, that's the plan.
But anyway, it's going to be a different video series for us to do.
Yeah, so
while we're over there.
You'll if you have questions, if there's anything you want to know about that upcoming Bali trip or things you want us to explore while we're in Bali, drop them in the comments, and we will be sure to go and investigate for you and bring you some things. Some of the sights and sounds from Bali. Now let's just get back. We had a couple of questions that I flagged as well. Matthew Bader asks, have you ever lost yourself on a cruise ship? Matthew, I don't know how many
disappear.
I don't know how many
right
videos
I don't know how many videos of ours you've watched yet, mate. But firstly, I'm going to compliment you on your name because bloody awesome name, and well, good to see it's spelt with 2 T's. Secondly, meet directionally challenged Deb.
It doesn't matter how many times I have been on a ship. I will turn the wrong way every single time. And look, we have mentioned this in videos. People will, randomly come up and go, "Oh, I'm looking for this." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, no worries. Just go up a flight and down there." And then I find them going the complete wrong way. So don't ever ask me for directions.
Don't ask Deb for directions. Do not, please.
I have lapped. I probably haven't even told Matt sometimes. Like, I'll get off on a floor and I'm like, "Yep, I'm going this way." And I will literally do a lap of the whole deck before I figure out where I am. I have no idea why. I just cannot get it together.
It's why recently I think it's been really good that we've been on deck 5 for a couple of trips now on Encounter, because
It's shocking.
it's almost impossible for her to get lost, because
I just don't tell you when I get lost anymore. I'm coming. I'll be there in a minute.
yeah.
So him, no. Oh, no. There are the odd occasions, and trust me, I celebrate those with a lot of joy when he does stuff up.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
True. All right. Anthony asks, any tips for someone wanting to start making vlogs? Anthony, there is a YouTube channel, Think Media, and the tagline for them is, "You've just got to press record." So just press record and start uploading.
Go for it.
Go for it. And you know what? The phone, that's all you need to get started. That's what we would say. That's, yes, we didn't publish them back in the day. We used to just film them on our phone and send them to our family, but that's where it got started. And we will do videos that we will research from time to time, and we'll kind of try and plan out the day. But a lot of what we do is, we're filming just on the go as we're experiencing our day, and we're being honest about it.
Yeah.
Be authentic is probably the other thing.
100%. Be yourself. Don't try and be anything else. Don't script it. As people see that we stuff up a lot, but we leave it in there. But also, I'm not sure what you're wanting to vlog. But in particular, like you'll see on here tonight, that there is a bunch of us that are all cruise vloggers. And we have such a community that we are all here to pick each other up, help each other out. So good luck. And if it's anything to do with cruising, reach out. More than happy to have a
cruise,
chat
travel,
with you.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, but again, press record and just start uploading. There are some great tools around that you can use from vidIQ, TubeBuddy, things like that, to start getting an idea on titles and thumbnails and keywords and all those sort of things. But I think at the end of the day, press record and get going, and over time you will work it out. Just remember, the biggest YouTuber in the world, Mr. Beast, even he still has his very original early videos up. The guys at Think Media are the same, and they look they're
shocking.
They're shocking, right? Like you look at our early ones. I was looking. One of the highest viewed videos on our channel, starting to push up towards the 10,000 views, and it's terribly edited, terribly filmed, but you got to start somewhere.
Correct. Absolutely.
So that's the tip there. Bernie, yes, I think we've addressed that.
We've done that one.
I think, did we get into Daz's question?
Yes,
What's the
we
biggest
did.
ship with the quantum class ships?
We did that one.
And Joe's just making comment there about excess baggage charges. Yeah. So that's probably one tip. Like, do think about when you're traveling and excess baggage charges and things, and always try to pre-book ahead of time. Like even we've got that, for our flights next week.
Yes. I do want to, I've just actually seen there's a bunch of people talking about Bali Belly.
Okay.
And so I just figure for somebody who's been there nearly 30 times, I've been there a few times myself. We can actually talk about this in our further chats, but just quickly, You want to address it?
Yeah, sure, I do. I think, okay, there's a couple of things with barley belly and gastro and traveler's belly and all this sort of thing. And there's a big there's a big difference between like a true gastro bug and traveler's belly. Yeah, and traveler's belly comes about and is often confused for barley belly. Because you go there and you've got an instant change of diet, number one. So just the fact that you're onto a lot of fresher foods, you tend to, when you go to places like Bali or Thailand, you start having mixed juices, a lot more fruit, all these sort of things. So your body just goes, well, what's going on? And decides to clear out and adapt to a new,
I mean, of
new
course.
diet. So that happens. But then you've got the food safety aspect of it, the food that might be considered off or risky and that sort of thing. So the first thing I'd say is, don't be put off just because you see all this food that's sitting in a little display cabinet in bowls and it's all pre-cooked and you go, oh crap, that's pre-cooked, but it's been sitting there for hours and whatever, and that's bad. That's not sanitation. That's not the standards that we would have in Australia. Because you got to remember, refrigerators have only been around for what, maybe just going on 100 years now. There wasn't refrigeration before that, and people preserved food by pre-cooking it. So, and then they would cook it again to then serve it. So, just in the first instance, remember that. And the second thing, and the most important rule, is always look for the place that has the longest line of locals.
That's exactly what I was actually going to interrupt you with, is eat where the locals eat.
Yeah.
It is actually the best tip that I think you ever gave me.
Yeah.
When I started, like, I've been and I've never had an issue.
No.
At all. Yes, avoid, the ice on the streets and things like that. Yes, those things, don't drink the waters from the taps, drink bottled water, the basics. But food tip, eat where the locals eat.
Eat where the locals eat. And I have done that, and I have never had barley belly. I can say that, hand on heart. I've had a couple of times where I was dehydrated and got ill from dehydration on 2 instances, and I know it was dehydration. But yeah, it wasn't barley belly. So don't let barley belly or traveler's belly, that fear, put you off.
No, because it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it
absolutely
is
beautiful. Anyway,
absolutely beautiful.
All right, so I just thought, I knew
Throw
I
that one in.
probably would get him on a bit of a tangent on that one because he's very passionate about that.
I am indeed, very much. Rowan says, what are your thoughts about Port Vila and whether they might be an option for 26-27 season? We were supposed to do that for our cruise this year, but then the earthquake and everything changed for it was changed to Noumea for them.
Yeah.
Rowan, look, I saw some speculation recently that somebody was claiming that they were from Vanuatu and that cruise ships were going to start being able to get in there from June or July. It is my understanding. I have read news reports that they are the Vanuatu government are looking at temporary tendering arrangements where when you'll know in Port Vila when you come in, when you normally either go to the port or you tender to the port, you can then get the water taxis and they come through the main Esplanade area there. So they're looking at tendering to the main Esplanade area. There will be some challenges in that politically and for the locals, because then that takes away the water taxi business as well. How are they going to manage all those things? There's some safety things they've got to just check out. I think it's feasible and it makes a lot of sense to be able to do something like that. But the other issue is in Vanuatu at the moment, the main street still has a lot of collapsed buildings. So until they can make that area safe, I don't know. I don't
Wait
know.
and see, hey?
Yeah, I think by the 26-27 season, I think the ships will definitely be going back there, which is what's going to be happening with
the launch of the Royal Caribbean season tomorrow. But I don't know. I don't actually even know at the moment whether we will see ships back there for the 25-26 season.
Yeah.
I'm not confident at the moment.
All right. So I just think unless there is something pressing, I think that there's so many comments on here that I am so sorry. I think we've missed quite a lot tonight.
Yep.
We will go back over this after this live feed, but I just don't want to hold up people for too much longer and annoy
That's
them.
all right. Linda's got a question here or comment here. People decorating their cabin door. Yes, it makes it easier to locate your cabin. So
Until somebody doesn't like it.
and steals your magnets.
And
But
steals
we've
your
got new
magnets.
ones. We do have new magnets, so you will find our cabin door a lot quicker now.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
That was.
I
But
don't think we've talked about that, but anyway, that's on an upcoming video.
Rob said here, sorry, 30 times barley. I've actually been pretty lucky with bag checks. Shouldn't say that because that doesn't
hang
sound
on.
right. No, they may have actually checked the bags a lot, but I've always been well behaved. So that's probably what I mean to say. Back just Amy's referencing the comment earlier about starting vlogging. Until a month ago, she was using her phone for everything.
Yep.
And her videos were great. So don't be afraid of
absolutely.
using your phone.
All right.
Any updates on
Lullapup?
Lullapup? Now, I think tomorrow will possibly be telling. The Royal, I think we're going to know more about Lullapup in the next few months. We may not know more tomorrow.
No, I don't think tomorrow.
We may get hints tomorrow, and the reason I say we may get hints tomorrow is the telling signs will be where are the ships going at the end of the 27 season. I saw a travel agent the other day who had been given all their social media content in advance, like a lot of agents are. It's all under embargo. All your travel agents already have the information. They already know the schedules. And they will release it all at whatever the embargo time is tomorrow. Facebook, Instagram, it'll all light up. The last date for a Quantum cruise had no destination next to it. So it had a return, like it did a short trip, and then there was nothing.
Okay. I mean, sorry, we were told, has that video released yet? Yes, we have.
Yes.
I've lost track of where videos are. That they were looking at 2027 as a potential for Lullapup. So, yeah, what you're saying, yeah, it could.
It could be.
I think they're just not sure yet. Like, there's been so many delays with weathers, earthquakes.
Cyclones.
Earthquakes.
What's a earthquake?
I don't know what an earthquake is. Yeah, so we will we'll all sit tight.
We'll all sit tight. Look,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see anyway. But if not, we may get a further hint because they've got their launch of their other beach resort experience in about 2 or 3 months time, and over in the Caribbean. And I think once that one's done, there'll be the talk about, well, what's their next project in the chain. So
the one thing I actually did want to say is, like, we didn't actually do our update of what the week has brought in the beginning, but I just want to let you all know that our dear Noah broke his ankle this week. So just as an FYI, our poor little fella, like, we have been a bit distracted this week in looking after him. We did buy him a really cool knee scooter, though.
He's scooting around on
that. But anyway, so that was just a little sidebar because so many people do message us asking about Noah. So just a little FYI. But he's okay. He's all good.
He's indeed.
All right, guys. So we will wrap this up. We are going to come next week?
We're going to live stream next week before we head to Bali. So make sure you drop any questions in the comments on this video to us if you'd like us to answer anything in next week's live stream, or send us a DM and we'll get those questions up in advance. We will then be taking a 2-week break from the live streams while we're doing that. Deb didn't have the confidence to try and live stream without me.
No, absolutely
You
not.
can come and press the buttons.
I wish people could actually see what these buttons look like, because there is no way on earth I would know what to press. But anyway, so no, we will see you next week. As Matt said, please drop any comments that you want us to look at in Bali, or you've got questions in particular, or anything at all. To be honest, if you've come up with another question that you wanted to know about cruising or travel in particular, please pop them in. Thank you all so much for these really lovely comments. For Noah, we will pass them on. Appreciate that.
Yes, we will.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Sorry. Before I go, excuse me, Rob. Excuse me.
No, we've got to get going.
Watching you. Watching you. No more.
No
deal.
deal. We've got some discussions to have clearly. Rob, I'll be in touch shortly. I'll be back to editing mode in a little while. Go and have my dinner. But yeah, look, guys, we will be in the live stream again next week. Thank you again for joining us, guys. This has been a lot of fun. Don't forget to hit those comment section and submit your questions. I'll put a Facebook post out about that tomorrow as well, so you can drop your comments there. Don't forget to hit like on this video as well.
Yeah, please do.
Hit
We
like.
appreciate it.
I know you're commenting a lot, but hit the like as well, because that helps the algorithm. And we will see you all next
See you
week.
next week.
Bye.
Good night.